Thank you very much. Hi everybody. I come to you today as a member of Team Indoorsy. I feel strongly about this position, and it's, you know, not just because it was assigned to me, I had no choice in the matter because that's how they designed the show, but because I believe passionately that home is where the heart is. By the way, that expression is not outside is where the heart is. So let that be my first salient argument. Argument numero uno. That's Spanish for one. And I'm not Spanish, but taking Spanish classes is something you do inside of rooms, for the record. Now, you've probably said it a million times, home is where the heart is, home is where the heart is, and it's been uttered so frequently throughout generations, it's become a statement of fact. Even Jesus himself said it, probably. The Aramaic translation of home is where the heart is Endi es vide bitu, which is a translation I got from Mel Gibson. He gave that translation to me, and then immediately afterwards he smacked a Jewish person in the face. Now, if you don't know that reference, then you don't know that Mel Gibson made a movie called Passion of the Christ like 11 years ago, and that was entirely in Aramaic. And you also don't know that he hates Jews, which is why his career took a nosedive. And you don't know those two very important things because you don't spend enough time watching TV indoors. Thank you. That's a very important applause break. But here's another argument. Today, I had to go outside. I know. And I had to tread on the enemy's turf and do my research so that later on that day, which is now, I could tread on that enemy. And let me tell you what I saw. Firstly, I saw a man clipping his nails in the park. Now, because the outside world is basically full of people that clip their nails publicly. And now I know some of you might think, wow, how great! I love the possibility of an errant nail clipping hitting me in the face as I go on my afternoon constitutional. I'm here to tell you that I'm not one of those people. I don't want to accidentally inhale some dude's hangnail. But that's what the outdoor world provides. It's a scary place where you're always in the crosshairs of some kind of nail clipping flying through the air. Here's another argument. Before I knew who I really was, that I was an indoor person, I was walking down First Avenue. This is in the East Village, if you must know the truth, that's the truth. And walking towards me was a man who said, "Your pussy is so wet." An upstanding gentleman. Now, I was wearing something like this, so I'd say it's hard to tell. But I looked down anyway, because I hadn't looked down there all day. And, you know, maybe there was a deluge running down my thigh, or maybe my vagina had suddenly formed the delta to some sort of confluence of rivers. That's an earth sciences reference for those of you who went to middle school. But I checked, so I looked down and I didn't see anything. And then I did an internal check, and I wasn't wet and I wasn't dry, I was neutral. This man went on a flight of fancy trying to figure out what my internal wetness level was instead of using hard facts. Look at them tits, look at that ass, hard facts that you can see. So I said to that man, "Your penis is flaccid," because I wanted him to know what it was like when someone had the courtesy of using empirical evidence. So the outside world is full of men who don't use empirical evidence while catcalling you. Talk about my boobs. You know, you'll never you'll never hear accuracy from catcallers. Stay indoors. Now, another man stopped me to say, I could eat them thighs for breakfast. Now, I said to him, if you're eating these thighs for breakfast, what are you eating for lunch? That's a large day of eating. And he tried to explain to me that he likes to eat a larger breakfast because that's when his metabolism is at its peak, and then lunch you eat a smaller meal, and then for dinner you eat an even smaller meal than that. And after he explained that, it sort of made sense. I understood the science behind it, but my point is that when you are outdoors, all you do all day long is just hear strangers tell you about their metabolism. Stay indoors. Now, how am I doing on time? Okay. Here's another thing that's less written down. I had to shoot a gun once. Has anyone in here shot a gun before? Okay, this is a far more violent audience than I had anticipated. I'm just gonna make note of that for when shit gets real. But I went to an outdoor shooting range. And what they don't tell you when you're shooting a gun is that the casing flies back at your face with the heat of 1,000 suns. Nobody mentions that. So in my case, the casing flew back at my face, and then when it got here, it stopped and then landed right in my cleavage. Right in the boobs that man didn't catcall. And immediately I thought I had shot off one of my tits, that I was going to be lopsided for the rest of my life. They were going to call me the hunchback of Boober Dame. Nobody is going to motorboat a half rack. It was a disaster. It felt like a violation. And it turns out that well, these are both real. I had only grazed my skin, it just burned. It was just a little hot, the casing. But this kind of boob burning activity is all that is out there in the outside world. All you can expect to feel is like a lopsided hunchback of Boober Dame. That's what the outside world holds for you. I should also note something about our capitalist society. Okay, I'm not going to note that thing. I'm going to instead note this in closing. Here are some other unwelcome things in the outside world that I'm just going to close with that I find very unpleasant and why you should stay indoors. The smell of urine, the sight of perfect thighs on other women, fuck other women's perfect thighs, guys who hold tote bags that are seemingly empty and they hold them real close, paparazzi who are not taking pictures of you because it makes you feel bad about your career, hot bitches, hot guys with hot bitches, I can't read that one, trees, I don't need them, and farmers markets. You can avoid all of these things by staying indoors. Thank you very much.